In a peaceful village near the hills, a young girl named Sophia lived with her humble family. She was 19, with dazzling blue eyes and golden hair. Her family was poor but filled with love and laughter. Sophia loved reading books and often dreamed of a life beyond the narrow streets of her village. One morning, Sophia went to the bustling village market, where she met Ethan, a tall and charming young man with a kind smile. Ethan came from a wealthy family that owned large estates and businesses in the city. Despite his privileged background, he was warm and humble, which drew Sophia to him. Their first meeting turned into a long conversation, and soon they became inseparable friends. They would walk by the river, sharing their dreams. Ethan spoke of exploring cities like New York, while Sophia dreamed of becoming a teacher and helping others. One evening, as the sun set behind the hills, Ethan held Sophia's hand and said, "Sophia, I love you. Will you marry me?" Sophia's heart raced, and with tears in her eyes, she replied, "Ethan, I love you too." But deep down, she knew their love wouldn't be easy. When Ethan told his parents about Sophia, they were furious. His mother said, "You can't marry a poor girl. She doesn't belong in our world." Ethan's father agreed, insisting he marry someone from their social class. Ethan argued, "But I love her. Isn't that what matters?" His parents, however, threatened to cut him off from the family fortune. Sophia heard about the conflict and felt torn. She loved Ethan but didn't want to come between him and his family. One evening, she met Ethan by the river and said, "Ethan, maybe it's better if we don't marry. I don't want to ruin your relationship with your parents." Ethan's voice was firm as he replied, "Sophia, you're my happiness. I don't care about the money or their approval. I'll fight for us." Days turned into weeks, but Ethan's parents didn't change their minds. Sophia's mother also noticed her sadness and advised, "Sometimes, love isn't enough. Maybe you should let Ethan go." Sophia struggled with the decision but eventually chose to step back. She met Ethan under their favorite tree and said, "Ethan, I love you, but I can't let you sacrifice everything for me. This is goodbye." Ethan's heart shattered. "I can't imagine a life without you, Sophia," he said, tears streaming down his face. They parted ways, their hearts heavy with sorrow. Years passed. Ethan moved to the city and focused on his work, while Sophia stayed in the village, helping her family and teaching at the local school. One day, Sophia's father fell seriously ill. The family struggled to afford his treatment. When Ethan heard the news, he returned to the village with medicine and supplies, determined to help. Sophia was overwhelmed to see Ethan at her door. "Ethan, why are you here?" she asked. Ethan replied gently, "I promised I'd always be there for you." Ethan's support helped Sophia's father recover. Over time, Ethan and Sophia rekindled their friendship. One evening, as they walked by the river, Ethan said, "Sophia, I've spent years building a life where I don't need anyone's approval. I still love you and want to spend the rest of my life with you." Sophia looked at him, her heart torn between hope and fear. "But what about your parents?" she asked. Ethan smiled. "I've realized that love isn't about what others think, it's about what makes us happy. And you're my happiness." Sophia finally allowed herself to hope. They got married in a small ceremony surrounded by her family and close friends. Ethan's parents didn't attend the wedding, but he stood by his decision. The couple moved to the city and started a new life together. Through hard work and determination, they built a life filled with love and laughter. Over time, Ethan's parents softened, realizing the depth of their son's happiness with Sophia. Years later, as they sat on their porch watching their children play, Sophia and Ethan reflected on their journey. "Do you regret anything?" Sophia asked, resting her head on Ethan's shoulder. "Not a thing," Ethan replied with a smile. "You're worth every fight, every sacrifice." Sophia and Ethan lived happily ever after, proving that love, when nurtured with patience and courage, can conquer even the greatest obstacles.